So yeah, 7% or so of the population will get hip arthritis. Now, Asians don't. People in Saudi Arabia don't get hip arthritis. So it's not to do with genetics. The Saudi Arabians are probably fairly genetically similar to us, and Asians are quite different, but it's not to do with genetics. And in both those countries, there's two things that they do. One is they sit cross-legged quite regularly. They ditch the chairs. And also, when they toilet, they still quite frequently use squat toilets. So just avoiding sitting in a chair, sitting cross-legged, and being able to deep squat. And you know, I think I rather like the gym goers' version of a deep squat is like, just by way of saying it, you might like to join me if you can. Maybe you just put your hand on the door jamb, but if you can just go down into a deep squat. And there you go, you've just joined all the Saudi Arabians and East Asians, and you're not going to get hip arthritis. If you do that every day, you'll be pretty right. Now, if you can't do that, but you can, and this is a really nice hip flexibility stretch. So there you go. This is putting flexibility back into the hips. And it's getting the muscles around there a little bit stronger, a little bit more, better coordination. So you've got strength, coordination, and above all, flexibility around your hips. And so when we're talking about sitting cross-legged, this is your sit cross-legged test. You just you can grab your feet in and just pull in. Now we're in very good athletic territory here, because the conditioning coach for the All Blacks has a couple of articles in the newspaper about how he wants us all to be as flexible in our hips as kids. Now here's the terrible thing is that if we indulge in looking flexible around our hips, people will think, well, we're not adults anymore because only kids do that. Only kids sit cross-legged. This is not what adults do, is it? So just to make it work a little bit, just so you can grab your feet, just pull them back. This is flexibility for your ankles. And then we just hands on the knees, pull back. Elbows are coming into your lower ribs. Feel the lower shoulder blades pulling in together. So you've got your mid-back in particular, it's really got some work happening. And then we might want to just, if you've got your knees up here, you haven't got much flexibility, you're a dead sitter for arthritis. So just think about, not to scare you, but just think about pushing the knees down, pulling the elbows back. When you pull those bent elbows back, can you feel your back muscles working as well? So sitting cross-legged can be a very powerful thing just to make sure you don't get hip arthritis. Okay, so just going on what Nick, the All Blacks strength coach, was talking about. He had the kids doing squats and cross-legged. He was also teaching the kids and getting them to demonstrate for the newspaper how to put their toe in their mouth. So, you know, you're saying, so any sort of thing, oh, can I put my toe in there? And what's your toe in your mouth index? I mean, are you sort of a whole handspan away? And is it the same both sides? Could you put your toe in your mouth? I'm really stiff on this side, it appears. All right, so, and you could get a friend to measure up with a ruler. Are you 30 centimeters away? Are you 10 centimeters away? This is how you know whether you're heading in the right direction, so you won't get hip arthritis. There's lots of other benefits as well. So I have a chair, and you have a chair, hopefully. So this, if you sit a lot, you get very stiff in your hips. Truck driving, taxi driving, school teacher marking exams, you know, just sitting, it's going to really stiffen up your hips. So you can just pull your chair away from your desk, and then you lean on your knee. And imagine you could stop for your tea break. If we have such things nowadays. You might have to go on Zoom to do your tea break and talk to your friends, right? All right, so the knee, this is like lean on a knee. We're not just pushing with the elbow, we're pushing with the whole shoulder, arm, and elbow, so the whole lot's going down, and that's really in balance now. And you can talk about to your friends about what I did in the weekend. Probably want to avoid politics and religion, just whatever, and just, I liken this to the dance troupe, the ballet dancers are just stretching out, they're getting themselves flexible, and they're talking about what they did in the weekend. And just lean on the knee. Okay, well, what's your angle? You're up here, you're down there. What's your angle? Okay, so that's lean on the knee, but there's also the knee to opposite breath. Very, very, oh, right. This is what I haven't been doing for a while. Now, the worst thing out is that if you get a lot of anxieties, because there's a lot of reason for anxiety at the moment, you forget to do these stretches. And I know I do. And would you just go the other side? So if you take nothing else away from today, think about if you're sitting a lot, use your chair to remind you to do some stretches. Now, you remember we had lean on the knee, we had knee up to the chest, and we had sitting cross-legged on the floor, and we just got the door jam. Everyone can do this to some degree. Just the door jam, lean back, and enjoy that.